Protestantism reduces the Christian faith to pure and inescapable theological relativism, which on its face contradicts the plain witness of the scriptures, of the church fathers throughout the ages, of the councils, as well as common sense. Christianity makes objective truth claims, so if the faith itself is purely subjective with no intelligible objective standard, then obviously this is a self-contradictory proposition which renders Christianity false from the outset. Of course, and thankfully, true Christianity, authentic Christianity, Orthodox Christianity is not a false proposition. We, as Orthodox Christians, do not have to wrestle or cope with or turn a blind eye to this fatal flaw at the core of our worldview because it doesn't exist in our worldview. This is problematic on multiple levels, but worse than problematic, it's fatal to the Protestant paradigm. All of Protestantism, regardless of its myriad manifestations, nuanced distinctions, and varied expressions, is built upon the 16th century heresy of sola scriptura, either explicitly as a formal tenet of their confession of faith, or implicitly, functionally, whether they realize it or not, or want to admit it or not. So, you might be wondering, what's the problem with that? The better question is, what's not the problem with that? Well, to lay it out in summary, and to put it bluntly, Protestants have no ability to rationally account for the intelligibility of the canon of Scripture in their worldview, nor can Protestants rationally account for the intelligibility of any particular interpretation of said Scriptures in any capacity whatsoever, including and especially with respect to fundamental dogma and praxis. So to summarize, if we think of this in the form of an equation, you would have to have X being the intelligibility of the canon of Scripture, plus Y, which is the intelligibility of the correct interpretations of the canon of Scripture relative to fundamental dogma, equals T, the true standard of faith. Protestants don't have X in their worldview, nor do they have Y. It's really a simple equation.